Welcome to your Leo full moon reading, and this of course is going to be at its climax on February 16th of 2022 at 11:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you can figure out where that is at in your time zone. And it's beautiful. We have this wonderful, exciting, fun Leo energy that's coming about. And I wanted to talk just briefly about, before we jump into your reading, what this energy is bringing in. Of course, every 28, 29 days or so, we have a new cycle of moons, from new moons to full moons and back to new moons, and so it's always going that way. But also around every 6 months we have a cycle of going from the new moon in a sign to the full moon in a sign back to the new moon in a sign. So, you know, the new moon, the last new moon, I'll show you a little card here. I love this, all these beautiful sunflowers, because the Leo, I believe, is ruled by the sun, so this is beautiful energy. The last new moon we had was back on August 9th of 2021, and that energy that started us off on that journey, like it says here, shine, and like the sun shines, right? And that was about finding pride, you know, lion pride, in who you are, remembering respect for yourself, allowing your creative energy to bring like new and unique approaches to any of your challenges. So that was the energy that started up around there. And then 6 months later, here we're coming up around February 16th of the culmination. So during those 6 months, from there up to this point that's the journey that you've been having. So you can look at back on August 9th, see what was happening around that period of time, and just what has grown around your pride in yourself and the respect in yourself and your creative energy from that time. But the Leo full moon energy, this is about releasing now old thoughts and old beliefs about who you thought you were, you know, the old things that you thought you had pride in yourself, or the things that you were using to define your respect for yourself. And now you're releasing those and you're letting go. And like it mentions in here, little lion, go wild. Get out from all that restriction and all those old thoughts and beliefs. It also says that answers are coming, so enjoy your ride, have fun, love, smile, laugh. All of those things help you see and hear answers where you didn't see answers before. And it's about using your energy not to focus on your fears, but focus instead on what you want, not on what you don't want. Focus on what you're grateful for, because whatever you focus on is what is going to grow. So this is what this is about. And I love these cards are from this beautiful deck here. So I'll let you see that in case you want to check those out. And it gives you a lot of beautiful information about the moons and the phases of the moons. And in here, they mentioned like a full moon affirmation, which I really liked, which I'm going to alter a little bit, but they mentioned like the affirmation is, I live in the present and release all past pain. And I want to alter that and say, I live in the present and release all past pain and constriction and suffering and stress, because those are those old beliefs, the old ways of seeing yourself. And this is a transformation of seeing yourself in a whole new bright way, right? So I love this, and we're going to see what the Creator has to additionally provide you for each reading for each of the individual signs, and we're going to jump into your sign right now. All right, all my Scorpios, this is your Leo full moon reading, and we're going to start off with pulling a card here from the You Are Awesome deck. We're going to see what the Creator wants you to know just overall for this Leo full moon. One more time. All right, so for our Scorpio signs, what would you like them to know? Okay, there we go. And here you go. I love these cards. They're so hilarious. And this shows dreams guide your path within this universe. I may need an ink-readable spacesuit. Yeah, so pay attention to your dreams. Both the earthly, like dream time with your eyes closed, sleeping dreams, and also what your dream is for your life as well. I kind of feel like it's all-encompassing between those. We, of course, will pull some additional cards here from this tarot deck and just see what else the Creator wants to expand upon regarding this for this Leo full moon for you. So what else? Okay, so I feel like you have these first. So you've got that's the King of Pentacles, and then you have the World card, and you also have the Knight of Wands. What else? Okay, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. And then you have the Hierophant. Just move these a little bit up here so you can see those. Move the feather a little bit. There we go. And you have the Strength card. What else? We need at least two more. Okay. You've got the Knight of Wands here. I'm sorry. This was not the Knight of Wands. This was the Page of Wands, the little helmet. The Knight, of course, is the horse. It's a newer deck that I've got, so I'm still getting used to that, so my apologies. And then you do have the Queen of Wands here. So we'll put her right here. So a lot of fire energy with those wands for sure. In fact, it's the only suit you have besides this King of Pentacles right here. So we will go over each of these, and we'll start off at the top here though with this King of Pentacles, because this King of Pentacles here brings a couple things. It's very wise in the outside world, and because they have gone through all of the Pentacles, so from the Ace of Pentacles all the way up through the end of the suit, which is the King. So they've been through it, they understand it, they have searched outside of themselves for their wholeness and their completeness in their life, and they found it to be non-satisfactory. One of the biggest wisdom areas that it gleaned from is knowing that when it looked for outside relationships or outside circumstances and outside things, it ended up feeling disappointed and feeling empty. And so all that disappointment eventually turned them inward, where they found their wholeness and their completeness by connecting to the higher realms, by connecting to their truth of who they really are. The other thing that the King brings in is normally you would see like a tree. It's not in this particular deck, but there's also this completeness of breaking chains of the past. And that is like ancestral chains that have been passed down from generation to generation. And sometimes, of course, it can be abuses and, kind of things like addictions and different things like that. But also, a big piece that I really feel has to do with this is those expectations that are passed down from generation to generation. And as far as what you're supposed to do with your life, whether it's have a big family or it's supposed to be in a particular career like doctors and nurses or military or police firemen or the family business, something like that, where your dreams were quenched because you wanted to do something else, but you were told, no, this is what you are supposed to and should do. And this is the strength that's coming in for you to break those chains. You do have the Strength card here, which is about finding your inner strength. We'll talk more about that here when we get around to that side. And then we're going to look at these here together. And so you've got the World card here, which is all about endings and new beginnings. It's the highest card in the major arcana. And then the Wheel of Fortune, which is a 10, which is also endings and new beginnings. And we'll talk more about the Wheel of Fortune here in a sec too. So you have this ending and new beginning energy that's in here, this shift that's happening, and I really feel it's about these dreams. It's like, yeah, I am finally willing to take steps to live my dream, because you have this new energy coming in. Wands, with this Page of Wands, wands are your drive, your ambition, your aha inspiration, your passion. It can be your spiritual energy too, but I feel like this is new passions coming in. It's holding this new wand that is allowing you to just have this spark just ignite within you, and you just are not going to take no for an answer anymore. You're like, you know what? I've put all my dreams to the side for everyone else. Everyone else, I feel, is like taking steps towards their dreams. I've been supporting them, but it's time for me to also, at the very least, include mine in that mix, if not make yours a priority over all those other things that are going on. Because when you look at the World card, is about endings of major cycles. So when we talk about those family ancestral chains that are being broken, this speaks to that. But also with this 10 here, the Wheel of Fortune is about this switch that happens within you, where you realize that everything that's happened in your life, you chose from your higher self before you came down here. You chose to have this human form that you're in. This is the character you're going to play here while you're here. This is when you're arriving. This is when you're leaving. Here's all these fated events of all the stuff that you wanted to have happen in your life while you were here. And so as that Wheel of Fortune spins, it's spinning, matching what you had wanted to happen while it's down here. But you also have this awareness that comes that you get to choose, no matter what happens in these fated events, what story you apply to that situation. You decide. You also get to choose what emotions you're going to feel during those situations. And though throughout your life you might be like, well, I don't feel like I've made a choice. I feel like something happens and this is how I feel. Something happens and this is what it means. Well, if you slow down time and you look back over your past, you'll see when those opinions, popular opinions from the outside world, were given to you, where you took them on as a child, because we all do. And when something happens, we were told this is how you're supposed to feel. When this happens, this is how I'm supposed to, what it's supposed to mean. And so it became so reinforced and happened so much that now it's a reaction. It became your habit, where this happens, you feel this happens, this is what you think. But you can change that. You can slow down that wheel, and you can make different choices because you're recognizing this. And it switches your belief and your whole approach to life, that you're not on this out of control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and dramatically explode in a gorge. You realize that life happens for you, that it doesn't happen to you. So you change from being a victim that's plastered to the Wheel of Fortune to the beautiful butterfly, where you can fly where you want to go. And so there's that energy of that change that comes in here for you. And then we take a look at these three together. So you already seen the Wheel of Fortune. Now you have the Hierophant, the monkey spiritual leader. And then you also have the 8, which is the Strength card. Love the visualization she has here. So the Hierophant, number 5. Number 5s, first of all, are about change of perspective, seeing things from a different point of view. And the Hierophant, a lot like the Emperor, they both have two sides to them. One side is this loving Emperor, the loving spiritual leader, where their motivations are all about their congregation, their groups, their kingdom, that they want to do things that help everyone be successful, everyone grow, everyone, move into this loving place and be able to spread as much love as possible. And that's what when we're connected to our higher, purest self, that's who we are. We're a loving emperor. We're a loving spiritual leader. But when our ego gets involved, when our fear ego gets involved, the little child within us That's our shadow side. It gets scared when it doesn't feel in control, when it feels like something new coming, and it gets scared. And so it sounds an alarm and it goes into fight or flight mode, and it wants to get a control of things because it wants things in order and the way it's used to seeing it. And so what it does is it tries to maintain its control, gain more control, even take control from others. So the emperor, the loving emperor, turns into a dictator. The spiritual loving leader turns into this dictator, you know, and then we have like the Crusades where people die and, you know, all this control that's trying to be put over people, suppression happens. And so there's this awareness that comes in here about all those roles, all that limitation that you felt before is what is changing. It's your awareness of life is changing. That's this ending and this new beginning, these big truths that are coming in. You have so many major arcana in here too. This is about life change, whereas these suited ones are more about this phase that you're going through around this full moon. These are about life altering changes and awarenesses that are coming your way, because then you have this strength card here, and the strength card usually has like a lion on it and then a, you know, a maiden with the infinity symbol above her head. The lion represents our human side, you know, that little child that gets scared. And the maiden is our higher self. She's the infinite self with that infinity symbol above her head. And there's this, it really relates to the Hierophant message that we were talking about a little bit too, because the lion, our human side, comes down here on purpose to experience this world so it could fully more understand its higher self by experiencing its opposites. And while here, it comes down here hungry and thirsty, and it's told, look out here for what will make you feel full and what will quench your thirst. And what that is, we're told, go eat of relationships, whether that's romantic, family, friends, work peers, feather babies, fur babies, whatever relationships it is. It goes out and it eats of those things. And it can't help itself. And it's almost like, if you think of like Oreos or like Pringles, you can't just eat one of them, and you eat it and you eat it and eat it, and then you still are hungry for more. There's ingredients in it that just make you feel even more hungry, right? Or it's like you drink something and it makes you even more thirstier than you were before. And so we drink of and eat of relationships. We eat and drink of circumstances like jobs and education. We eat and drink of things like our bodies, possessions, our bank accounts and money. All those things just leave us even more hungry. And so this lion that goes out and thought it was going to feel full and complete gets desperate the more it eats and the more it drinks, to the point that it's hangry. You know, it's hungry, angry, and it's roaring in the jungle. Well, it's not aware of our higher self yet. It still just was pursuing this external pursuit for, you know, to quench its thirst and to make its stomach feel full. But our higher self is always aware, and so it comes down and goes, okay, what's going on? Let me take a look. And it doesn't come down and kill the lion and put it out of its misery, or try to cage the lion to protect other people from it, or try to manipulate it or influence it with a whip and a chair or whatever, because it knows that the lion, what it's truly hungry and thirsting for, is unconditional love. It's not finding it out there. It's only finding conditional love out there, but it's searching for unconditional. And our higher self, being this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love, can bring it what it's hungering for, what it's thirsting for. And so it hugs it and gives it the love, and this roaring, hungry, thirsty lion turns into this purring little cub sitting in the lap of our higher self, feeling full, thirst quenched, and feeling whole and complete and unconditionally loved, probably maybe for the first time in its life. And our higher self isn't like Superman, doesn't rescue and then flies off. Now that the lion is aware of the maiden, they join hands and they walk together in this life in a whole new way. And that's what this ending and this new beginning is happening here too. This whole perspective change in who you are and your spirituality and your life force and your ceremony and your ritual, whatever all these things represent of this Hierophant about how we look at things in the world, it changes because of this connection. All these awarenesses are coming to you. And then when you look at these three together, you get a different picture too, or kind of the same, because you have the Knight of Wands, which we talked about, the Page of Wands being this new energy coming in. The Knight of Wands is active energy. You're really putting all this beautiful spiritual energy to action. And you even have the Queen of Wands here, so which even more so, she is able to fine-tune and focus this energy that you're getting. She's able to get things done. She's able to really make things happen. And she's all about action and confidence. And the queens all in the suit, all of the four suits, in addition to the energy they bring for their particular suit, which Wand, she's bringing fire energy. They all bring water energy, which water energies are emotions and how we connect to the higher realms. In fact, usually you will see in the regular standard tarot that she will have a black cat, whereas the page, the knight, and the king have not an armadillo. I was trying to think, like a gecko. It's a lizard that helps protect them from risk. She has a black cat because she's so connected to the higher realms. She's connected to her spiritual self that she doesn't feel she's at risk at all, because she's in this knowingness. She's in this place where she just is connected to the eye in the sky, sees things from a higher perspective and is listening and in tune, so she doesn't feel like she's making a risk at all. So it's really about connecting to your intuition too, which, higher, lower, connecting to that is reinforced here as well with all the spiritual energy that's happening. And then when you look at these three lastly together here, again, you've got the Queen of Wands, you got the King of Pentacles, and you have the World, the endings and new beginnings. So this beautiful divine masculine, divine feminine energy coming in here, this just balancing out of your higher and your lower energies is what is bringing in this beautiful transformation, bringing in this beautiful change that's happening for you. And as you connect to your higher self, you're connecting to your wholeness within, you're connecting to your beautiful spiritual energy, to the spiritual realm. You're letting old dreams fall away as you find your true passion, how you uniquely want to share your love with the world, your unconditional love with the world. And when you look at it that way, those old dreams that were given to you that were not yours, they were someone else's dream that was given to you, you suddenly change from waking up in the morning going, ugh, I have to go live my dream. That actually wasn't your dream. Because your dream, you'll wake up in the morning with this passion where you're like, oh, I can't wait to get started and to the next thing, to the next thing. I just love doing it. You're not even focused on outcomes. You just love expressing this passion that you find within you with the world in your own unique, special way. Also, your nighttime dream times, you might have these dreams where you're flying, where you're connecting to the spiritual type of things. You're going to have very vivid dreams, especially around this Leo full moon. We dream anyway, but your dreams are going to be vivid, and you'll get information too during that time, so it's important to pay attention to that. Maybe even do a little dream journal during the week before and the week after this full moon. And then lastly, we're going to pull a card here from the Elemental Oracle and just see what element is at the foundation of this message for you, for this Leo full moon. So for our Scorpios, what's your final message for this Leo full moon for them, please? Okay. There we go. Yeah. The soul, passion. Huh, that's a new message. So it really, really, really reiterates it all. And you've got card number 14. So this is connection to your true passion, to your soul, to understand what your true passion is. So what is the spark that lights you up? The divine lives within you. Consider your motivations carefully. Know where your resistance lies. We all have more than one purpose in life, and having a passion makes us feel more alive. It's crazy. It's exactly what we've been talking about. So the idea that passion lives within your heart or soul is both an ancient and common one. To put your heart into it, into an activity, means to dedicate yourself completely or to make a great effort. To live your passion means your soul is expressing itself through someone or something. The Greek word charisma means gift of grace. In ancient Greek, it literally means a gift shining through. Passionate people are easy to identify. They're focused, like we talked about with the Queen of Wands. Action-oriented, Knight of Wands, and propelled by intensity. The friend that cannot stop talking about their new love interest. The teacher who lights up when they're teaching their subject. The scientist who stays up night after night happily working on their research. All are examples of passion in action. Whether or not you believe in the concept of the soul, it's hard to not believe in purposeful passion. We do not need a spiritual framework to see the good being engaged when we try to attain something we want or believe we can do. And the element is fire, which is fire, fire, fire. So, yeah, perfect card for this reading, because this is all about seeing your passion, understanding what it is, connecting to your soul so you can really understand what your passion is, and becoming this loving emperor, this loving individual that wants to share their love with the world and not try to control everything else. Living your passion. So beautiful, beautiful ending and new beginning as this ignites within you. This Leo full moon is really going to help you really pinpoint that and put it into action. So I love that. I'm going to leave the reading there. I do want to let you know, in addition to these readings, I also do monthly readings by each zodiac sign, weekly energy updates for each of the elements, like fire signs, water signs, etc. These full moon, new moon readings, and a variety of others. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, and then click the subscribe button, and then the little notification bell will come up, and you just click on that all, and then you'll be notified when any new videos for this channel come out, and you won't miss out a thing on any of those. Also, doing that helps spread the love, because when you like a video, you share a video, you subscribe to a channel, it really makes the YouTube algorithm a bit giddy to where it wants to share these videos with other people as well. So if you feel so inclined to do any of that, of course, I would greatly appreciate it, but never any pressure to do so. And just know, all you Scorpios, that as you go through each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things. And of course, I love you too. You have an amazing full moon, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon. And until then, you take care.